Hey friends, welcome to A Little of It All. My name is Taylor. Thanks so much for hanging out today. I am so grateful that you're here. If this is your first time stopping by, I would love it if you stayed a while. Be sure to subscribe and check out our description box. It'll just tell you a little bit more about what we have going on over here. I'm all about zero-based budgeting and cash stuffing, but I do love a little of it all. Okay, my friends, it is time to budget January's first paycheck. Super excited about it. This is my paycheck that was actually deposited at the end of the month on December. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So this is January. I finally got all of my budget sheets worked out. You'll see we have kind of a new layout. Everything is on one page now instead of two. I finally took out the totals column. I never went back and added anything into that. So we've just got a whole new layout. I'm really excited about it because I always felt bad about wasting that second sheet of paper that only had savings challenges on it. So glad I was able to get all that figured out. These pages did print out a little bit blurry for me, and I'm not sure why. I'm gonna see if I've changed a setting or something on my printer, because they normally don't look like, you can still read what the words say. It's just not the same quality that it usually is on my printer. So down to business. This is January's first paycheck. It is my paycheck. I make $2,668. That is my take-home pay. It was deposited at the end of December. It needs to last us to the 5th, which for bills purposes, that's when it needs to last us, when my husband gets paid again. We budget by paycheck, so obviously the 5th has already come and gone. I'll budget his paycheck soon. So money that we're leaving in the bank this time is going to be a total of $1,679. That is covering the first of the month bills, also a payment to our credit card. Credit card should be now squared away from our vacation and also Christmas purchases. The last little bit that's on there is stuff from my Etsy shop that I have bought for Etsy purposes. So as soon as I get my Etsy paycheck and all that jazz, I'll get that paid off too. So we're back squared away on there. So how much are we going to be able to stuff and work with in our sinking funds, our wallets, our annuals, all that jazz? Let's see. $2,668 minus $1,679. So that is going to leave us with a total to work with $989. So we've taken care of our bills by leaving our bill money in the bank because our bills are auto drafted out. Next for us, we take care of our necessities. Those necessities for us, our necessities may be different than yours, our grocery, gas, household, and our puppies. So our grocery budget right now is $200 3 times a month, so $600 a month total. We just split it up between our 3 paychecks. So in our wallets, we get $25 each, and then in our big sinking fund weekly haul grocery budget, we put $150. That $25 in both of our wallets is just for those little odds and ends, like you run out of butter in the middle of the week or mayonnaise, that type of thing. We use that money for that. All right, gas. We get $50 each for a week and a half of gas. We don't put anything in the sinking funds binder. This is just to catch any rollover if we have anything from the previous week. So that's going to be $100 total. We live in Mississippi. I work right down the road from the school that I work at. My husband works at home, so we don't need our gas budget to be super huge. If he ever gets another job and starts working a different location besides home, I'm sure we'll have to increase that some, but that's how we're able to make $50 work for us. Household. So for our household, in our wallets, we get $15 each. And then in our sinking funds binder, we get $40. That is a total of $70. Now our pups. Our puppy pups, they're going to be getting $40. We have 3 dogs. Their envelope is completely wiped out from the end of the year boarding that they had to do, but we're building them back up and it's going to be perfectly fine. And let's take care of their food. They're going to be getting $30 in food. Now let's move on to our annuals and savings challenges. It is time to start stuffing our annuals again. So our first category is Sam's, and we are going to be putting $5 in Sam's. Next, we have Prime. I want to put a little bit more in Prime just to make sure. I think I stuffed, if I remember last year, I did $140 exactly. But, I always forget about with annual subscriptions, like the taxes and the fees. So I want to shoot for $150 this time. So I'm going to stuff just a little bit more than my normal, $12 per paycheck amount. So I'm going to do $22. So it's just a little bit more, and hopefully I can just stuff $12 from here on out, and that'll get me to that $150. So Prime is taken care of. Let's do Beachbody. We are starting back over with our Beachbody subscription that I now know is $190, not $120. So I will be making sure to account for that this year. And then our VPN, we are adding that in. That is fresh and new this year, and we're doing $5 for that. Fantastic. I've decided this year that I'm splitting up my annuals a little bit differently than I normally did. Like for the ones that are at the end of the year, I'm not going to start worrying about stuffing those probably until like May, June-ish. So I can budget my money a little bit differently and kind of spread it out a little bit more, especially when we have to redo our budget when we add in our mortgage. That's why you don't see on here Kahoot and InShot and all of those that we did stuff last year. They're coming, just not yet. All right, our savings challenges. We have quite a few that we scratched off and prepared for this cash stuffing. I'm so excited to stuff those for the first time. Rodeo got 10. Perfect. Valentine's Day, I'm actually hoping, fingers crossed, that I'm going to be able to fully fund Valentine's Day with this paycheck. So I'm putting in $125 for Valentine's Day. And it hit me the other day with Rodeo and Valentine's Day. You know, Scott's back. I've told you guys Scott's back is out. We're still waiting for the MRI to know kind of what our prognosis is and what our outlook is. So we may not be going to the rodeo this year or doing anything big for Valentine's Day. So if we don't go to the rodeo, of course, I'll just reallocate those funds to a different savings challenge, or I'll just like use this Valentine's Day money to go get us a nice dinner and bring it home and we can eat it together there. As long as we're together, that's what matters and that's what counts. But for rodeo, I'm still TBD for this. I'm still going to stuff it just in case, but I don't know if we're going to make it this year. Okay, moving right along. Sorry for the chitty chatty. Taylor, I'm going to be putting $9. That's what I scratched off. Christmas is getting 7. We scratched off 25, but we added that 2 and that 5 together, so it's getting 7. Month ahead, I'm just going to abbreviate these. I remember it was 6. It was lots of like 6s and 9s, I feel like. Refinance, it scratched off a 9. Extra payment, it was a 6. And then emergency, we're starting our 1K emergency fund. I'm going to go ahead and budget big for this one. Is going to do 50. Okay, fantastic. So we have $300 left to work with, our wallets and the rest of our sinking funds. Let's dive into our wallets. We pretty much know what those amounts are. Those don't really ever change for us unless we need them to. These are not set in stone. If we need to tweak and change things by paycheck, we will. So we get $20 each for spending, and that's a total of 40. Eating out, my husband is going to be getting 20 and I'll get a 10 for $30 total. I'll get $10 for going out with friends. Drinks, we both get 10, and this is like coffees, that type of thing. It's not for like alcoholic beverages or anything like that. Toiletries, he gets 10 and I get 20, again for 30. And then we're putting 5s all the way for miscellaneous and buffer for a total of 20 added all up together. Okay, let's move on to our sinking fund. Let's see what we can make happen here. So puppy pills, we don't need a budget for this time. I have actually already purchased our puppy pills. That just came out of our checking account, so we don't have to worry about that. Prescriptions, all that has taken a big hit. So let's go ahead and see what we can make happen here. Prescriptions, we'll do 5. No, I don't like that because it's taken a hit. Oh, okay, wait, let me go ahead and do 20s for us eating out and going out with friends. I know I always put 20s there, so that's minus 60. Okay, we've got $80 left. Okay, I'm going to put a 20 in over-the-counter meds, and let me do, I think I still have a good amount in prescriptions. I don't want to do 5. Let me just do 10. Perfect. Chiropractor, I'll do 10 in chiropractor as well. Okay. Sam's and hunting, I'm going to do 10 and 10 here. So that's going to be 20 and then 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so we'll just do 5s in birthday, 5 in car maintenance, 5 in medical, and 5 in giveaways for a total of 20 equaling 0. So that is our zero-based budget for January's first paycheck. We are starting car maintenance and medical. I'm very excited about that. I probably should have reworked these numbers a little bit and, put a little bit more in here since we're just starting those out, but we're starting small. We're going to add up and it's going to be perfect. So let me make sure I did these denominations correctly. I had already noticed that I messed up one time. So I need to make sure that I have mathed correctly. Let me fill out my cash breakdown sheet. time for me to tally everything up. Remember, we're looking for $9.89. Let's hope I did it correctly. Let me give this a count. Oh, perfect. $9.89. Oh my gosh, that was so much to budget. I was so nervous that I was going to get it wrong. Whew, but we got it right. Okay, let me fill out my new teller slip. I'm so excited about these. I think they turned out so cute and they fit in my bank bag perfectly. So let me get this filled out real quick. Right in my bank bag it goes, and I am ready to head to the bank tomorrow. This is going to be an epic stuffing. Really excited to stuff January's first paycheck. Not 2024's, just January's. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and spending this time with me, my friends. I really appreciate you. You guys are just fantastic and wonderful, and you're doing great things. Don't give up doing those great things, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.